Hi people, my name is Argandios, and as you can see, I'm having some fun with my previous friend here. But, well, I'm not here to show you how to make fun, so I'm going to talk to you about Outlaw Rogue in Shadowlands. I'm going to restrict myself to chains, talents, PvP talents, and stats in this video. And I will talk about conduits, soulbinds, covenants, etc. In a future video I will do, well, near the expansion launch, because Blizzard is making changes to all those things, and I want it to be well, as the most precise I can. Now, the change I talk is a change to the spec, to all rows in general, and I'm going to include some changes I have not seen anywhere else. That includes web pages or other YouTubers or whatever. Okay, so that's it, let's begin. First change is to Crimson Vial. Crimson Vial, it costs only 20 energy, down from 30, but it heals for only 20% of our health instead of 30%. First change, it's a bit of an error. Let's say it very clear. Now, we lose Riposte, that ability that every time we parry, we counterattack, okay? And we get Evasion, which is the same both Assassination Rogue and Subtlety Rogue have. But we have something that they do not have, which is a second rank for Evasion. This here, which says that dodging an attack while this ability is active will activate our mastery, which is main gauge, and we will do damage to the enemy. So it's the same wordplay that we had with Riposte, but with Evasion, and giving a bit more value to our mastery. I will talk about stats later. Okay, let's continue with changes now. Kidney Shot, a nice return, or maybe not so nice, because it means that Between the Eyes has been nerfed. Now Between the Eyes do not stun anyone, plus do a lot of damage. Now if we want to stun someone, we have to use Kidney Shot, which does not damage in return. So a bit of a nerf there too. But okay, changes are changes. We have to adapt. We were like this before, we are like this again. Another return, poisons. All rogues have poisons now. We have instant poison, which basically we put in our blades, and each time we do damage, there's a chance to do extra damage. Nothing more. Crippling poison. This is a poison which slows the enemy, the movement velocity of the enemy. This is a poison that for Outlaw Rogue is not going to be very used, I say, because we still have the reduction velocity of pistol shot. Okay, so we use pistol shot to reduce velocity, and then we can use the other utility venom, or the utility poison, which is numbing poison. This poison reduces the casting speed of our enemies, and now it has an added, because the last time we Outlaw Rogue had this poison, it works only with castings, but now it also reduces the velocity attack of any enemy, which is very nice, I would say. The last poison we will have is Wound Potion, which instead of doing damage instantly when we attack, puts a dot into our enemy, which goes a bit of damage. Usually Wound Potion is best for sustained DPS, okay, and instant poison is better for burst damage. Okay, so this is more PvP, this is more PvE, except if you are fighting against another rogues, druids or similar that can go stealth, then you will want to use Wound Potion, because that poison can put them out of stealth. Sheath, another return, but with a change. This was a talent for some time, and well, it returns for good, as we say. What it does is that it applies a concentrated form of whatever non-lethal poison we have, which is crippling poison or numbing poison. Whatever we have put into our weapons, that is going to put into our enemy for sure. Okay, no chances, it puts, and the effects of those potions are increased for a bit of time. Another return, well, in my case, more than a return, baseline ability instead of talent, which is slice and dice. It costs several combo points, same as ever, and now is part of a rotation. So our rotation is going to change. We are not going to have slice and dice. Sorry, slice and dice. No, what was the name? Here, roll the bones. I misplaced it. Sorry. Okay, we have not rolled the bones. Between the eyes have changed also. So now our gameplay is going to maintain slice and dice always, and then fill with between the eyes each time we have this idiot, and with dispatch. Basically, not really much different, but we are not going to be using roll the bones, roll the bones, roll the bones until we have a good roll. Let's keep on. Adrenal Rush. Change to this is out of the global CD. I can activate it, and whoa, I have the effect, but no global CD activated, as you have seen. Between the eyes have several changes. First, it does not stun, as I have said before, and now it instead of increase or critical chance over the enemy, what it does is increase the amount of damage or crits does over an enemy. Okay, it puts a debuff over the enemy, and then while it's active, which is the time shown there in the screen, our crits will do more damage to the pack. Blade Foray, several changes, and not precisely for the best, some of them. Now it costs only 15 energy, it has only one charge, okay, but it only affects up to 5 targets. That's the maximum. It's not that from 5 targets up it reduces damage or something. No. Only 5 targets. If you have 6 targets, the 6th target is not going to receive any damage at all, which is not something that I like very much. But I must say that with the new Mythic Plus changes and well, way to play them, probably we are not going to notice this very much. But in raids and in Mythic Plus, where there's a lot of ads, more than 5 in each 5, we are going to feel very sorry to not have Blade Fury attacking all of them. Okay, more changes. This have a second run now, which because Blade Fury is in the global cooldown. You can see how it has activated, which means we are going to need something else to keep it in the global cooldown instead of out, which is this second run. It does not damage, okay, when we activate it. A question that arises me, and I have checked on beta because I have it, so next video will be on beta for OUTLAW ROGUE, is if it breaks stealth. It does not. You go stealth, you come here, you activate Blade Fury, it does the damage, but it does not break stealth. So we can use it as we use it now. We activate it, then ambush and come in for usual rotation. No problems there, okay? It simply does the damage, but it does not break stealth. So no problems. More changes to Blade Fury and Between the Eyes. Now they are our Restless Blaze acts over them. Okay, so each time we use a finisher, we reduce the CD of both Between the Eyes and Blade Fury. Between the Eyes, clearly it has only 15-second duration. We are never going to have it up all the time, like slice and dice, so we must choose when to use it. We are going to have to do a bit of gameplay. Okay. More changes. Roll the bones. Roll the bones is affected by the Stellar Blades again, and no, it's not a finisher. It's a CD. Okay, we will use it each about 30-35 seconds more or less is what I'm using it. Same for Between the Eyes or Blade Fairy. Okay, and well, it basically does the same thing it does now, but with a CD instead of being a finisher. We use it and we have several buffs that do things. Basically, we want to activate it as much as possible. Point. No more. So we are going to finish and stopping. Okay, roll the bones, roll the bones, roll the bones until we have a good roll of bones. Grappling hook. Well, cooldown reduced by 15 seconds by this second rank. This rank, put it in 1 minute. Okay, here 1 minute, and it's affected by a talent that I will show you later. Now let's go with talents. I'm going to begin with PvP talents because there have been no changes at all. The only change is ship. We lose ship, and that's all. No more changes. There have been no changes in the talents, no remove changes, no remove talents, no other talents. Same as before. So it has been fast. Now, changes. With the level squish, we get our talent routes in different levels, but away from that, we have few changes. Level 15, we have Weapon Master, Quick Draw, Ghostly Strike. They do exactly the same they did. Ghostly Strike is going to be used probably even less than we use in BFA, okay? Because even with it is a way to have a controlled burst instead of chance burst, which is these two talents, but we have no a single legendary that have a good synergy with Ghostly Strike, while we have legendaries that have good synergy with both Quick Draw and Weapon Master. So take that into account. You can raise this talent whatever you want. Level 25, Acrobatic Strikes is the same, Hit and Run the same, and we have a little change here in Retractable Hook. I'm going to show you. It now reduces the CD of the hook by 15 seconds and now increase the retraction speed. So basically we go faster to wherever we want to go. Whoop. As you say, we have been faster than we are actually. The difference is not really so bad. Okay. So Acrobatic Strike is going to be the name of the game. Level 30, no changes. Vigor, DP Stratagem, and Market for Death. They do the same, we will use them in the same way, no problems. Level 35, exactly the same, no changes. Level 40, no changes at all, so we are going to use them exactly the same way. Level 45, we have changes here. First one, Loaded Days. We are not going to use this talent ever again. I was able to use it when in PvP because it gave me more burst, but for burst we now have Dread Blades, which is much better than Loaded Dice in whatever reason. There's no doubt about it. Alacrity, good for sustained DPS, so if we do PvE we will want this one. And Dread Blades. Dread Blades, if you remember our weapon or artifact weapon special ability, the activate ability, this is that one. So if you have played Legion, you know what was the game with it. We basically activate it, deal damage, and then each time we use Mr. Strike or Pistol Shot, or there was some ambush, I think, so we can use it in stealth too. Then we receive 5 combo points which we can use. The bad side, each time we use one of those finishers with 5 combo points generated by red blades, we take damage. It's only a 5%. Right now with the asteroid traits I will recover that health in a second. In Shadowlands we are not going to recover that health in a second, but it's not going to be really terrible. Simply be aware that if you are low on life you might not want to use red blades in that. Level 50. Well, we have a change here, but not a change. Let's be specific. The talents do exactly the same they do in BFA, but as we have Blade 4 recap to 5 targets, Blade Rush wins a lot of value for some fights. Okay, Clean Spree is still capped to 5 targets, same as it was in BFA, no change there. But Blade Rush is our only ability, the only one, the absolutely only one that does not have a cap in the number of targets we can affect. Which means that for a couple of Mythic Plus, which have a lot of mobs and some pools in which we are going to have a lot of mobs, more than 6 basically, like 10 or 15, or if your tank is good enough, maybe 20, around 20, okay, we will want to use Blade Rush, because if not we are going to have a lot of problems with Dancing Steel and with Blade Fury. So be aware of that. Okay, this talent wins now in fights where there are a lot of mobs. That's the same for right fights. Okay, Outlaw Rogue have lost a lot in Shadowlands with these changes. Is viable? I think it is, if you know how to play it, but it's not going to be the killing machine it has been in all BFA. Be aware. Okay, I'm going to play the spec still because I like it. Point, but I know where I'm here. Okay. Now stats. Stats are very tricky in Shadowlands, and I'm going to explain why. First, they have diminishing returns. That means if we go up a certain threshold, each point of that stat will give us less percentage of chance of or whatever stat they are doing. For example, here I have critical strike 53%. Over 5, over no 15, sorry, over 25% of each stat, the diminishing returns begins to work. Okay, it's 25, 55, 45, 55%. It increases each time we pass a threshold. A diminishing return happens. Okay, and the first one is in 25%. So I think critical strike is going to be our main stat still. Well, under agility probably, because I have not seen sims about rogues, but I have seen sims of other specs and other classes, and the main stat have a lot more weight than it had during BFA. Also, weight damage is going to be much higher in our rankings. Okay, probably. So take that into account. Weight damage, so weapon eater level, and agility are going to be the name of the game most of the times. Whatever secondary stats that weapon or that piece of armor will have. Maybe for Mythic Plus, when you go from 3 levels in 3 levels, there could be some times in which a lower item level piece is not better than the higher one, but is a lower item level is better than the higher one, but it's going to be very strange. Okay, in general, agility and weapon level are going to be the name. No, for secondaries, for example, we have in necks and in rings, there are no agility or that, it's only secondary. I think critical strike is going to be still the best one. No, for secondary, here we have problems now, because I've been testing in beta and without a lot of haste, about 20-25%, the spec is very slow. The gain of energy is a craving for energy, even with taking acrobatic strikes and having slice and dice up all the time, taking electricity, is not enough. I'm craving for energy. I need more energy, and the spec is not giving. So we are going to want to haste at least up to 20%. Take that into account because it's important. Okay. No, mastery. Mastery base lane is going to be our worst stat, almost for sure, even with the change to evasion. But there's a legendary that synergies very well with of mastery. So if that legendary is the one we are going to use, our mastery could be even our best secondary stat. Or we will have to have several builds, one with mastery, one without mastery, which is a bit of a gamble. Okay, it's kind of, oh my god, shit, no, this cannot be true, but it's true. So yes, I think critical strike versatility is going to be still the best stats in general, but as I tell you, haste wins a lot, at least until 20%, when we are beginning to have some real wins from energy and we feel better, because I told you it's very slow with low levels of haste, too slow. And mastery has these strange affinities with a legendary, so we will see. Okay, keep on it because it's going to be kind of a mess. And that's all. This is all this video. As I said, I will talk about legendaries, conduits, soulbinds, covenants in the next video in a few weeks. Okay, I hope you have a great day and thanks for accompanying. I'm going to go back to my very first friends and have a bit much of fun while I dance, drink beer and all. Bye bye!